Morning, everybody. We've got about 2 minutes-ish, 1 minute maybe left. So I'm going to go ahead and get on my mat and start getting settled in if you guys would like to do the same. Just finding that nice, comfortable seat. Taking a moment to just begin to arrive. Maybe let your eyes come closed or on a soft gaze in front of you. And let's go ahead and begin to find our breath. Allowing our inhales and exhales to begin to lengthen and deepen. Drawing in that clean, fresh intake of air on the inhale, really filling your lungs up. And then on the exhale, drawing your belly towards your spine as you focus on moving everything out. Getting rid of everything that is used and spent in your body, sending it along with that used up oxygen, making way for your next clean, fresh intake of breath. Taking this moment at the beginning of class to let your mind and body come together on the mat. Quieting your thoughts, setting aside anything that you're worried about or thinking about or have to do today. Just set that all aside. That'll all be there when your practice is over. One more nice deep inhale. On an exhale, roll your shoulders down and back. Let your hands come to heart center. Welcome, everybody. This is the last day of recorded yoga. So I hope that it is beneficial for you. And maybe you guys be interested in joining us in an in-person class soon. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with some seated sun salutations. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, heart center. We'll do that again. Inhale up. Exhale. One more. Inhale up. Exhale. Heart center. Let's inhale our hands up. Exhale to bent elbows, drawing your shoulder blades towards the center and the back, slightly engaging those biceps and triceps. Fingers are stretching towards the ceiling. Take an inhale here. Exhale, nice and slow, elbow to elbow, palm to palm. Inhale, we're going to separate the palms, keeping the elbows connected. Exhale, hands come together. Inhale up. Exhale, bent elbows. Take an inhale here. Exhale, nice and slow, elbow to elbow, palm to palm. Inhale, separate the hands. Exhale, hands come back together. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, bent elbows one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to elbow. Inhale, separate the hands. Exhale, hands come together. Inhale, come on up. Exhale and release. Look down and see which leg you have crossed in the front. We're going to take a seated twist to that side. So opposite hand is going to come onto that thigh. Hand on that side comes back behind you, close to your seat. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twisting open in your mouth. Gaze can track with the center of your chest, or you can turn your gaze back towards that back shoulder. Keep in mind that we're at the beginning of our practice, so this isn't going to be the deepest twist you've ever taken. Think about your chin for just a second. Bring it up. Couple of breaths. Okay, guys, we're going to keep that hand on the thigh right where it is. On an inhale, we're going to bring our back hand up and over, so we're crisscrossed arms, one hand on each thigh. Inhale, elbows up parallel with the shoulders. Exhale, move into your version of eagle arms, whether that's back of the hand to back of the hand, or if you can take the bind. If eagle arms just simply does not work for you, you can bring your right arm across your body, holding it close to your torso with your left hand, maybe at the wrist or at the elbow. Whichever arm posture works best for you. If you're in eagle arms, squeezing those elbows together, shoulder blades are drawing away from the center of the back, elbows are parallel with the shoulders, fingers are extending towards the ceiling, chin should be level. Take a couple of breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Let's find some shoulder rolls. 3 going forward, and then 3 going in reverse. All right, we're going to go ahead and switch the cross of our legs. We're bringing the other foot into the front. Opposite hand is going to come on top of the thigh of that leg. Hand on that side comes back behind you, close to your seat. Inhale to find some length in your spine. Exhale, twisting open any amount. Again, think about keeping your chin parallel with the floor, gaze contract straight ahead, or you can peek it back towards that back shoulder. A couple of breaths. All right, keeping the hand that's on the thigh exactly where it is. Hand that's back behind you is going to come up and across onto the opposite thigh. Inhale, those arms parallel with the shoulders. And again, moving into your version of eagle arms. Back of the hand to back of the hand. Maybe you can take the bind. Maybe none of that works for you and you just want to draw that arm across your torso. You can hold it with the opposite hand. Couple of breaths here. If you're in eagle arms, elbows are parallel with the shoulders. Shoulder blades are drawing away from the center of the back. Fingers are stretching towards the ceiling and gaze is level. Couple of breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release, and let's revisit those shoulder rolls, 3 in each direction. Okay, we're going to start to find some movement. So we're going to start in a wide-legged seat. Toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Go ahead and bring your hands back behind you for support. On an inhale, we're going to draw the soles of our feet together for butterfly. Exhale, we're coming into boat, bent knee boat, belly is pulling towards the thigh. Hands can stay back behind you for support, or you can draw them out in front. Inhale, back into butterfly. Exhale, wide-legged, shifting to the front of the pelvis. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale, boat. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale, wide-legged. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale, boat. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale into wide-legged. Shift your pelvis forward so the front of the pubic bone is pointing down, tailbone is pointing up. Bring your hands in front of you just a little bit. We're not going to fold really far forward, but just lean into the hips just a little bit and find some movement. Maybe you're swaying side to side. Maybe you're making some body circles. Maybe you switch if you're circling in the opposite direction. Just releasing in through the hips, getting some movement in there. Inhale, coming back up. One hand under each thigh. Bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Hands back behind you. And let your knees windshield wiper side to side. All right, guys, from here, we're going to go ahead and find tabletop. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Nice long spine. We're pressing the torso up and away from the floor. Fingers are spread, pressing firmly into the mat. Take a breath here. One more inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back, toes on the mat, toe pads pressing into the mat, heel pushing towards the back of the room. On our inhale, we're going to shift forward onto the tippy toe of that foot. Exhale, press back. Keep those arms nice and strong. Inhale, press forward. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale that knee back into tabletop. On your next exhale, let's step the left foot back, toes on the mat, toe pads pressing into the mat, heel pushing towards the back of the room. Inhale, shift forward, tippy toes, arms are staying nice and strong. Exhale, press back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale that knee back into tabletop. Tuck your toes here. And on an exhale, we're going to press up and back into down dog. Take your time in this down dog. Maybe you like to pedal your feet out, bending deeply into one knee as you straighten into the other. Think about that straight leg and think about trying to reach that sit bone a little bit higher towards the ceiling. And then as you're ready, pressing both heels towards the mat, take a breath in full dog. And one more. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, we're going to walk our feet forward, up in between our hands, forward fold. Have some softness in your knees in this first forward fold, and if it feels nice, just lay your torso right on your thighs as your shoulders and your head hang heavy towards the floor. If it feels nice to you, you can grab for opposite elbows and let your head hang in between your arms. And you can add in some movement here. You can sway side to side or shift forward and back slightly, whatever feels good to you. As you're ready, letting your hands come down to the mat. With bent knees, on an inhale, we're going to come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. Okay, 3 half sun salutations, nice and slow. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. You want to come up nice and high. You want to engage those paraspinal muscles in your low back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. We're going to do exactly that again. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and high. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. One more. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. Okay, we're going to move through some sun salutations with low crescent. We're not going to hold them. We're going to focus on one breath, one movement. We're going to take our time with it. We're not going to rush. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. On our exhale, right foot goes back for a lunge, right knee comes down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck your back toes, right knee comes up off the mat. Inhale and lunge. Exhale, step back to dog. On an inhale, we're going to shift forward to plank or modified plank with your knees on the mat. Exhale, nice and slow, lower all the way down. Hands come back behind you alongside your body, palms facing the floor. Inhale up into locust. Exhale, release. Hands under shoulder. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, press through tabletop, back into dog. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, right foot comes forward, left knee goes down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck your left toes, left knee comes up off the mat. Inhale in lunge. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, still nice and high. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana, same thing, second side. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. On our exhale, left foot goes back for a lunge, left knee comes down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck your left toes, left knee comes up off the mat. Take an inhale in lunge. Exhale, step back to dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Stay in high plank or drop your knees down. Exhale, lower all the way down, nice and slow with control. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale up into cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes on an inhale. Exhale, push through tabletop, back into dog. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, left foot comes forward, up in between the hands. Right knee goes down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Retuck those right toes. Right knee comes up off the mat. Take an inhale here and lunge. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. Okay. Inhale, hands up. Exhale into chair. Take an inhale here in chair. Exhale into low chair. Hands come back up behind you. Inhale, chair. Exhale, low. Inhale, chair. Exhale, low. Inhale, chair. One more time. Exhale, low. Inhale through chair all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. On our exhale, let's step our right foot back for a lunge. We're going to move into warrior one here. So if you'd like to shorten your stance just a little bit, go ahead and do that. Maybe bring that back foot up a tiny bit. Heel your right heel down. I like to widen, so I'm going to heel toe my left foot a tiny bit out to the outside of my mat. On an inhale, come on in. Now I want you guys for just a moment to straighten into that front leg, and I want you to take a second and really engage the muscles in that back leg. Turn the glutes on, the hamstrings, the thighs, the whole 9 yards. Really, really get them activated. When you get those muscles activated and you're ready, keep that activation and then bend back into the front leg. Hands can come up. You can also keep your hands at heart center here or on that front thigh if that gives you a little bit more stability. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Peel that heel back up, wiggle it back, finding a lunge. Inhale, straighten your front leg, sending your hips to the ceiling. Exhale, step back into dog. On an inhale, we're going to inhale forward to plank. Stay in high plank or drop your knees down. Exhale, chaturanga or cobra. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Sorry, chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in, down dog. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, we're going to bring that right foot forward up in between our hands. We're moving back into warrior one. So if you like to shorten your stance a tiny bit, left heel peels down. I like to heel toe my right foot one step wider. On an inhale, come on up. Again, let's take just a moment to straighten into that front leg and really engage the muscles on that back leg. Turn them on, get them working, including the glutes. Once you have that level of engagement and you're nice and strong, keep it and then bend back into the front leg. Again, hands can stay on your hips. You can bring them to heart center or you can send them up overhead. Couple of breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Peel your left heel up off the mat. Wiggle your feet back into a lunge position. On an inhale, we're going to straighten the right knee, sending our hips to the ceiling. Exhale, step back to dog. All right, we're going to take that vinyasa again, and hopefully I can say it correctly this time. On an inhale, shifting forward to plank. Stay in high plank or drop your knees down. Exhale, chaturanga or lower all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. On an inhale, we're going to look to the front of the mat. Exhale, we're going to bring our left foot forward, up in between our hands. Warrior two this time. Peel your right heel down. On an inhale, go ahead and come on up. Readjust your feet as you need to. You are never married to where your feet land on the mat. You want to make sure that you're in a good alignment for your body. Gaze over the middle finger of the front hand. Front palm to the ceiling. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Back hand contract on that back leg, or you can wrap it around your waist and take a half bind. On an exhale, we're going to come down into side angle. Top fingers can stay pointing towards the ceiling, or you can rotate that palm to the front of the mat and lay your arm down across your ear. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Peel your back heel up off the mat. Wiggle your feet until you find a lunge. On an inhale, straighten that front knee, getting into the hip stretch. Exhale, step back to dog. Two more vinyasas if you want to take them. You can also rest in dog or rest in a child's pose. If you want a vinyasa, we're going to inhale forward to plank. High plank or knees on the mat. Exhale, chaturanga or lower all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, right foot's going to come forward, up in between the hands. Left heel peels down. Inhale, warrior two. Again, readjust your feet if you need to. Couple of breaths here. Front palm flips to the ceiling. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Again, you can track that hand down your leg, or you can wrap it around your waist for a half bind. Couple of breaths. On an exhale, moving into side angle. Fingertips can point towards the ceiling, or you can rotate that palm to the front of the mat and lay your arm down long across your ear. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Peel your back heel up, readjust your feet, find a lunge. On an inhale, straighten that front leg, sending your hips to the ceiling. Exhale, step back into dog. Last vinyasa of the practice, if you choose to take it. On an inhale, we're going to shift forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or lower all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a moment in down dog. On an inhale, looking to the front of the mat. Exhale, walk your feet forward, up in between your hands, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Okay. Let's start to balance on our left foot, lightening up the weight on our right. As you're ready, we're going to bring that right knee up. Foot stays flexed. Fingers can interlace in front of that shin. Just gently drawing the leg towards your torso. Now you are welcome here, if it's in your practice, to do the yogi toe hold and go ahead and straighten that foot. I'm going to demo bent knee, but you're certainly welcome to do that. You can also use the belt. All right, left hand is going to come onto our left hip. Right hand's going to come to the inside of that right knee, and we're just gently going to rotate that leg open to the side. Foot stays flexed, that helps your muscles stay engaged. Inhale, coming back to center. We're going to cross the midline, so left hand's going to come to the outside of that right knee. Right hand comes onto your hip or extends out to the side for more counterbalance. And we're just gently shifting the knee across the midline. Not very much, it's not a big move, but you should feel it in the outer hip area of that right leg. Gently come back to center. Both hands on the shin. Give that leg a nice big squeeze. Exhale and release. Shake it out if that feels nice. Balancing on our right leg this time, getting nice and strong. Hip is staying in line with the body. As you're ready, left foot comes up, foot is flexed, fingers interlaced around the front of that shin as you draw your knee towards your chest. Standing up nice and tall if that's possible. Again, if you want to do a yogi toe hold, you're certainly welcome to do that. Today I'm going to demo with bent knee. Couple of breaths here. Right hand is going to come onto the hip. Left hand is going to come to the inside of that left knee, and we're just gently rotating that knee open to the side. Into the inner part of the hip. On an inhale, coming back to center, crossing the midline here. So right hand's going to come to the outside of that left knee. Left hand can be on the hip, or you can extend it out to the side for counterbalance. And then we're just gently crossing the midline. It's not a big movement, but you should feel it in the outer hip. Gently coming back to center. Fingers around that shin one more time. Bring that leg up. Give it a nice big squeeze. Exhale and release. Shake it out. Hips should be working now. Okay. Standing at the top of our mat. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift. On your exhale, we're going to step back into dog. Inhale, shift forward. Bring your knees down onto the mat. Maybe swing your feet out to the side and we're going to find a seat. Okay, I want to get into the core just a little bit today, and I want to do it a little bit differently than we've done it in the past. So I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see. You might want to watch before you lay down. So I'm going to start by laying down, feet on the floor, knees pointing towards the ceiling. I'm going to extend my right foot to the ceiling, foot is flexed. Left foot, I'm going to lay on the floor, extending it out long. That foot is flexed also. My hands, I'm going to reach overhead. And if it's possible for you, keep them just slightly off of the floor. You want to think about your rib cage, the top of your rib cage, you want to think about tucking that down slightly. We're not trying to eliminate the complete curve of our low back. We're just engaging into the abdominals a little bit. So hands are overhead. Right foot is stretching towards the ceiling. Left foot is on the floor. You guys can join me if you haven't already. Take a couple of breaths here. On an exhale, we're going to switch feet. Left foot comes up, right foot goes down. Couple of breaths here. Think about that lower rib cage. Pull it down, tuck it in just a little bit, keeping that core engaged. On an exhale, we're going to switch feet again. So right foot's going to come up, left foot's going to come down, but maybe this time you hover it slightly off the mat. On an exhale, switch again. Left foot comes up, right foot comes down. Maybe you're hovering it just slightly up the mat. Exhale, switch. One more switch. Exhale, left foot comes up, right foot goes down. On inhale, hands are going to come down to the mat alongside your hips. Both feet are going to extend towards the ceiling, and then draw your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your hands around your shins, and then rock gently side to side. All right, place your feet on the floor. Either rock and roll up to a seated position or roll over onto one side and use your hands for support. Any way you're able, come to a seat on the mat. We're going to extend both legs out in front of us. Feet are flexed. We're going to draw our right foot in close to our seat, knee pointing towards the ceiling. Go ahead and lay that knee down, connecting the inside of the right foot with the inside of the left thigh. Point your torso towards those left toes. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale with a long spine, originating the fold through the hips. We're going to fold forward over that front leg, any amount. Hands can land anywhere if it feels nice to hold your shin or maybe on the mat alongside. If your toes are accessible, go ahead and grab onto those. And use your breath. Maybe with each exhale, you're sinking a little bit deeper into the fold. Maybe you're folded as far forward as you want to be already, and that's just fine. On an inhale, gently walking yourself up to a seated position. We're going to keep our legs exactly where they are. We're going to take our right hand back behind us. We're going to lean back a little bit on it. We're going to come up into stargazer here. So we're going to shift up onto the right shin. Hips come up off the mat. Left foot stays extended. Left fingertips towards the ceiling, or if it feels nice, you can let that arm drop back behind you. Little bit of a back bend. Hip points are pushing forward. If it feels nice to drop your head back, you can do that too. A couple of breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, gently releasing down. Both legs out long. Feet are flexed. As you're ready, bringing that left foot in towards your seat, knee pointing towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and let that knee lay out long as you connect the inside of your left foot with the inside of your right thigh. Torso points towards that right big toe. Sitting up nice and tall on an inhale. Exhale, folding forward over that right leg any amount. Again, your hands can really land anywhere. They can be on the mat along your side. You can hold on to your shin. If your foot is accessible, feel free to hold on to that. And use your breath. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper into the fold on each exhale, or maybe you're folded as far as you want to be today. On an inhale, gently walking yourself back up to seated. Left hand is going to come back behind you far enough so that you're leaning back on it a little bit. We're going to shift up onto that left shin. Right leg stays straight, pushing our hips forward. Right hand comes up towards the ceiling, or you can let it hang back behind you. Couple of breaths here. Stargazer. One more inhale. Exhale, gently release. Both legs out in front of you, feet on the floor. Lean back on those hands and let your knees windshield wiper side to side. All right, we're going to, before we move down into Savasana, we're going to move through the wide-legged butterfly boat a few times just to kind of bookend our practice a little bit. So legs are coming out to the side, feet are flexed. Pelvis is tipping slightly forward. Hands are going to be back behind you for support. On an inhale, soles of the feet come together into butterfly. Exhale, boat with knees bent. Hands can stay on the floor for support, or you can bring them out in front. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale, wide-legged. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale, boat. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale, wide-legged. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale, boat. Inhale, butterfly. Exhale, wide-legged. Go ahead and bring your hands into the front, tipping that pelvis forward. And this time, you have your choice. You can walk slightly forward like we did at the beginning of practice and just move into those hips just a little bit. Or if this is one of your favorite stretches and you want to come all the way down, go ahead and feel free to do that at this time. Whatever feels best for you. This is a posture that can be a really big stretch without a lot of movement. So if folding all the way forward is not your jam, that's totally fine. You're still getting a great stretch. an inhale, gently walking yourself up to seated. One hand under each thigh as you bring your feet together onto the floor. Lay back on those hands one last time and windshield wiper your knees side to side. All right, we're gonna come back down onto our backs. We're gonna move through just a couple rounds of rolling bridge, take a happy baby, and then it's gonna be time to move into Savasana. So go ahead and come down to constructive rest, feet on the floor, knees pointing towards the ceiling, hands alongside your hips. And as you're ready, starting to move through those rolling bridges on an inhale, we're coming up nice and slow, matching our movement with the depth of our breath, hitting the peak of our bridge as we hit the peak of our inhale, and then moving right into the exhale and lowering your hips down. Seat comes to the floor, hopefully when you expel the last of your breath. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, releasing down. Your own breath, your own pace, whatever that feels and looks like to you. If you want to add in the hands on an inhale, the hands are going to come up and over, back behind your head. Back of the hands finding the floor at the peak of your inhale. Then on your exhale, hands come back down towards your seat, hitting the mat alongside your hips. Take one or two more. As you're finished, place your hands on your abdomen, resting in constructive rest for just a moment. And then drawing your feet up. Maybe finding the outside of your feet with your hands, inside of the feet, the toes. You can also hold back behind your shins. You can hold on to the calf part of your leg. Whatever part of your, whatever makes happy baby accessible to you. And then just if movement feels nice, you can gently sway side to side. And as you're ready, gently drawing your knees towards your torso. Maybe your shoulders and your head come up off the mat as you give yourself one final big squeeze and exhale, releasing out long into Savasana. Maybe you're walking your shoulders underneath your torso just a little bit. Legs lay out long, or your feet can be on the floor, knees pointing towards the ceiling. Sometimes that feels better on our low back. You can also take Savasana in a seated position. Find your breath. This time we're not trying to manipulate or change it. We're just being aware of the inhales and exhales as they move through our body. And as you focus on your breath, beginning to find softness in your body. Releasing, relaxing, and letting go. We'll take 2 minutes of silence. Very gently coming back into the room, back to your breath. Allowing your inhales and exhales to begin to lengthen and deepen as you come back to your body, back into your awareness. Gently beginning to make small movements with your fingers and your toes. Continuing to reawaken and revitalize. If it feels nice, you can stretch your arms out long overhead. Take a full body stretch. And as you feel ready, gently bringing the soles of your feet to the floor, knees pointing towards the ceiling or leaning in against one another. We'll take just a moment in constructive rest. And as you feel able, gently making your way onto your right-hand side, maybe letting your eyes come open to a soft gaze, allowing in a little bit of light. We'll take a breath here. And as you feel ready, using your hands for support, making your way to a seated position. All right, guys, we're going to end the way we started with 3 seated sun salutations. Inhale, hands up. Exhale through heart center. We'll do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, heart center. One more. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, heart center. I want to thank you guys so much for practicing with me today, and it's been my pleasure to bring these videos to you. I hope that you are able to stop back and use them from time to time when you need to take practice. And with that, I bid you namaste. Thank you, guys. It's been my pleasure. I hope your Thursday is wonderful, and maybe we'll see you soon.